it's quiet. Too quiet, folks. I know there's a lot going on right now, but it seems like well, one of the things I make sure I do here on this channel is I don't talk about things multiple times. So when I do my updates, news stories, everything like that, when I cover something, unless there's a significant update on that story, I do not cover it again. If I cover a fire on one of my updates, I don't do it again. I don't want to waste your time. But we're seeing, I've covered most of the news of a lot of what's going on. Now, if something is really broken and all the other channels are talking about it, I tend to, if I'm late to the story or something like that, I tend to not cover it if I think that basically all the other channels are covering it ad nauseum, and I think it's pretty straightforward. If I think the take is wrong or I have something to chime in on the conversation, I certainly will. But you'll see that from time to time. It's not that I'm unaware of those things. I'm aware of those things. It's just, do you really need to hear it from me as well? There's some other, there's a lot of great channels, Pinball out there, Patera out there. We got a lot of these folks, Riverside Homestead. We got, you got so many to choose from. I hate starting to list some because I'm leaving a whole bunch off the list. There's so many good channels out there covering so many things, and I really like Economic Ninja too. I'll throw that one out there too. But a lot of people covering a lot of these news. But what I want to get to is it's relatively quiet out there, and I think a lot of people are kind of breathing a sigh of relief a little bit, and at least I am. And it's kind of like, well, I'm hoping to do a little traveling this week, so that's kind of good. But don't let it fool you, folks. This fall is going to get dicey, at least here in the United States. And why do I say that? Because we're going to go to boxes and we're going to put pieces of paper in those boxes or punch them into computer systems and watch the numbers change on the screens or not change. And when we do that, do you really think that's going to go down the way? You saw what happened the last time around, how they pulled out all the stops to stop everything cold in its tracks. I think we all kind of know in our hearts that they're going to go all out this time around again. The powers that be do not want, and I'm talking about both sides of the aisle, at least in Washington, D.C. Not many people there are our friends. You know what I mean? Most of them are fully entrenched, and they either are part of the system or they are okay with the system. And when it comes time for all of us little people to have a say in things, you better believe that they're going to do everything they can to keep us quiet. And there's enough of us upset and leaning for change that I don't think we're going to really be allowed. Whether they're going to just change numbers on computer screens or whether they're going to make sure that that day doesn't approach, or that fraud happens on such a level that the world has never seen before. I don't know what it will be, but something's coming, and people are going to be awfully upset. Because I think a lot of people are putting their hope in a political solution to things here in the United States. I think in a lot of other countries, people are started to kind of realize that there's not going to be a political solution in their country. Our friends to the north in Canada, I think they've, by and large, kind of realized that they're kind of up a creek without a paddle, and they're too far gone. Here in the United States, I think a lot of people still have the illusion that that we still have enough freedom, and I think we may still have a window of freedom. That's true. That's true. I don't want to give up hope. I hope politically there's a solution, and I believe that we should absolutely morally be obligated to try to seek that political solution, but I'm not optimistic that we will actually have that option. So things are going to get dicey this fall, one way or another. If we all stand up and have our voice and we all vote in ways that they don't like, there's going to be a lot of upset people on the other side. They're going to get their goons out and go after people. They're going to make sure that things get shut down or whatever. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball to see perfectly in the future, but I know these people, they have power, and they're not going to give it up. We had a little bit of a fluke before when we had an outsider come in and started shaking things up, but man, those insiders took him down. They did. Just like they've taken down everyone else that has gone to Washington, D.C. I swear, when they get to Washington, D.C., I can see it clear as day. They get a little knock on the door, whether they're in Congress or the Senate or wherever else. They get a little knock on the door, and someone comes in with a dossier full of Oppo research that came from Google and Facebook and, everywhere else. They come in, drop that, every email they've ever sent, because all those emails and all that privacy data belongs to those companies, and they may just hand it over to somebody, and they show up, drop it on their desk, and say, if you don't want this to go public, you're going to do what we say. I swear that it seems like that's exactly what happens, because everybody we send to Washington, D.C. gets corrupted like that. The firebrands get tamed like little kittens, and it's like they get declawed so instantly, and some still roar and puff, but they don't ever actually do anything. Friends, keep stocking, keep stacking. There are things available right now. You can get freedom seeds, you can get plant seeds, you can get food, you can get rice, beans, potatoes, canned goods out the wazoo. Go to your store, check it out. There's canned goods everywhere. You can still get 20-pound bags of rice here, there, 50-pound bags of rice here, there. This fall, you are going to have only one person to blame if you're not prepared, and that's you. Now, I'm not saying that we can all prepare as much as we'd like to prepare. There's only so much we can do, but will you have regrets this fall that you didn't do more now? That's a question that only you can answer. In fact, only future you can answer. And when you meet future you, hopefully the answer is no, you don't regret, because you worked your tail off and you did everything that you could to make yourself more secure, your community more secure, and people that you care about more secure. Food secure, secure, health secure, every way secure. We got some hard times and hard times coming. Don't let up off that gas pedal. Now, I'm not saying don't take some personal time. I'm not saying don't take a vacation if you get a chance to go spend some time with some loved ones. Do the things that you need to do to not have regrets when the stuff starts hitting the fan this fall. Folks, things seem to be kind of okay for now. Enjoy the breather. Enjoy the breather. Keep at it. Read a book. Go out, look at your garden, enjoy it, enjoy the time with the loved ones. Keep plugging away, but take that deep breath, because I fear there will be times soon where you're going to look back on these days and wish maybe you had enjoyed a little bit more. All right, folks, if you like this video, you might want to check out this video right here. Otherwise, I will see you later. Steve Poplar, out.